We are all here today. Everybody that's watching this, everybody that's sitting here, and we've come through a really different type of year. And what I mean by different is we had to change, and we had to change on a dime to keep things moving along. I know I'm, as Nandu said, I'm the assistant dean of a large school at UT. And in the span of 2 weeks, we moved everything online and didn't miss a beat. We didn't lose a student. We didn't miss a beat. And we're coming, Friday is our last day of classes, and we had a 74% increase into our school and applications. Why am I saying this? Our number one fear as making new things happen is the fear of change. Now, logically, everyone here knows we have a crisis. We've been talking about this crisis for years. This is no surprise. You could put your head in the sand and say, no, it's not happening to me. It's real. It's happening, but we are fearful. We are fearful of many things. I saw a question in the chat. What about shareholder value? We know that there's fearful about, well, I don't know how to do things differently, or this is the way things have always been done before. I'm here to tell you that this change is going to happen whether you come along with it or not. As I said, we were all just thrown into something that when we discuss it seems untenable. But we came through it, and our businesses kept going, and we moved forward with it because we adapted. We thought about new things. Koppel, you brought up something. You said incremental, small changes, very important. If I come into your home and I'm visiting you and I look around and I say, wow, I want to disrupt this whole household. I'm going to turn things upside down. They're going to say, thank you very much, Doreen. Could you please go out the door now? So what you have to look at, and really, I do tons of workshops on this whole concept of, human-centered behavior. How do we bring together different groups of people to come up with small but actionable ideas that you can test and put out? Because what happens with that is when something is successful, people jump on the bandwagon. We all want to rally around success. So I encourage you all to begin to think about, how am I going to make that happen? Because if you don't, you'll be left behind and somebody will be out front, because that is what always happens. But this is inevitable. The change has to happen, and you could be in the forefront or you could be a follower. And sometimes when you become that follower, you fall off the planet because you're not going to stop it. Look at the statistics. This is science. This is science. And I, used to do this talk before COVID, and it was hard for people to understand what that change means. But after COVID, look at what has happened. We have had to make changes. We're all on the Zoom call. Koppel, you would have had this meeting in person, right? And probably gotten the same amount of people. You got more people to attend on Zoom than ever before. Who would have thought? That's a change, and that's a positive change, right? We're all not on airplanes and taking up resources. We're sitting here and we're getting the same thoughts and the same meanings across to everybody. You have the ability, you all have the ability to begin to make that change. For 20 years, I traveled through airports, and in every airport bookstore, in every language, was a book called Who Moved My Cheese? Do you all remember that, right? So successful. Why was it successful? Because people are afraid of change. Get in front of that. Don't make change scary. Make it fun. Make it impactful. You feel good about it when you've done something good, and helping the environment, keeping this planet healthy and safe for our children and grandchildren is a really important aspect. Because I'll get back to the shareholder value question. If we don't make this change, we won't have shareholder value. And you can't think short-term, you've got to think long-term. So I'm going to leave it at that and just say, this is a solvable problem. We look at problems in design. That's all design is. It's solving problems. This is a solvable problems, but you have to remove the fear factor. because the greater fear is if we don't do something, it's not going to be here. Thank you.